gun.
What's up everybody, welcome to MTNerd. You saw the title, you know what we're here for. I'm not gonna do no intro, let's just get right into it. And just a heads up, I'm only gonna talk about my personal list. You guys might have a different one. You guys might know of other superheroes that you try to put me onto. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any such. But without further ado, let's just get into the video. Number 5, Rocket.
We are riders on a mission, action, kids in play position, rocket power!
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Now debuting in '93, Rocket is actually a superhero with the ability to manipulate kinetic energy. Now I first found out about the character while I was watching Young Justice. She was introduced as a partner slash sidekick to another one of my new favorite superheroes, Icon. Her real name Raquel Irvin. In the lore, she was actually the one that convinced Icon to use his powers for good and be a superhero, and she promised to be his partner along the way. Now she has no innate superpowers, but she gets her powers from her inertia belt, which she got from Icon's crashed ship. Oh yeah, by the way, Icon is like an alien similar to Superman. Now with this inertia belt, she can fly, create force fields, grant herself super strength, stuff like that has to do with like kinetic energy. And oh yeah, just a fun fact about Rocket, she actually debuted as DC Comics' first teenage mother. Yeah, take that as real. Number 4, Moon Girl. Now I know that's like one of the weirder names you're gonna get for a superhero, but even her real name is weird. Lulena. Lulena. Like what kind of parent would name their child Lulena? Now she's a very new superhero. She debuted in 2016, literally 2 years ago. Moon Girl is a 9-year-old inhuman girl with the power of super intelligence. She is so smart, in fact, that right now she is the smartest character in the Marvel Universe. Smarter than Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Shuri, Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, all of them. Now she's usually paired with Devil Dinosaur, and that's very on the nose as it is. He's literally a huge red dinosaur. But he's not actually new. He debuted in 1978, with another character, Moon Boy, who Moon Girl is now replacing. Now she usually creates a lot of gadgets, battle suits, inventions. That's how she kind of, you know, does her things. But she can also swap minds with Devil Dinosaur. And once she does that, she gets all the perks of being a huge giant dinosaur. The size, the strength, the teeth, while also having an intellect added on top of that. Now it was actually announced at the beginning of this year, I think it was like February, that Lawrence Fishburne is going to executive produce a Disney animated series for Moon Girl. I'm personally gonna check that out. I think it's gonna be fire. I think Moon Girl has so much potential, and I've only actually read one of her earlier comics. I want to see more content for her come out. Number 3, Nubia. Wonder Woman's dark-skinned sister. Nubia is an Amazon that was actually crafted by Hippolyta, Wonder Woman's mom. The only difference being Nubia was crafted with dark clay and Diana was crafted with light clay. But they're more or less like twins. She can pretty much do everything that Wonder Woman can. The flight, the super strength, the hand-to-hand combat experience that comes with being over 300 years old. All of that. But she also has a little bit of extra sauce to her abilities, and she has this thing called cold sight, which, similar to Medusa in Greek lore, she can turn people into stone by looking at them. Obviously her thing is on purpose, so not really the same as Medusa. My only issue with everything I've seen about Nubia is more or less the name. I find it a little bit weird, but I vibe with the character fully. I'm actually starting to read the Final Crisis graphic novel, which has a lot of information about different characters and alternate timelines and everything. I suggest you guys might want to pick that up as well, you know, learn about Nubia and other characters. Because I think she's the Wonder Woman, she's the official Wonder Woman in one of those timelines. But yeah, pick it up, go check it out. Number 2, Vixen. Now guys, you see Vixen here? She a bad bitch. Vixen is one of the most well-known and well-respected female superheroes in DC, period. Now she debuted in '82 and she was initially meant to debut as the very first African female superhero with her own series, but DC had some issues in the 70s that led to a lot of their projects being dropped. Vixen's was one of them. Now, Vixen is an African American who originated from a fictional African country called Zambesi, but she gets her powers from an actual god in Ghanaian folktales called Anansi. I think it's like a spider god or something, but if you're Ghanaian, you probably know a lot more about that than I do, so you guys tell me. Now, she gets her powers from a totem she wears on her neck, like a necklace, that grants her the ability of every and any animal that has ever walked on Earth. How freaking wavy and overpowered is that? Now, see, most times she doesn't transform fully into the animal, she just takes the abilities, but she has taken the forms occasionally. I personally really love Vixen as a character, as a hero. Her personality, everything is just fantastic, and the only reason she's number 2 is because of who my number 1 is. But Vixen is so wavy. Now, you guys should definitely go check out the animated series that CW did called Vixen. It's a web show, you will love it, and it's quite short, but it will get you rolling on Vixen and you go and start reading comics about her. She's really good. I needed that real talk. Hella thirsty. Before we get into my number 1, and if you came into this video not really knowing a lot of comic books, you can probably guess who she is, because she's probably the only one you knew. Let me just give out some honorable mentions, or 2 honorable mentions, to 2 heroes who didn't make my list but I still really like. You got Ironheart and you got Misty Knight. They're both really sick characters. Ironheart is like a younger, hotter Iron Man. And if you've watched Daredevil, Jessica Jones, or any of the Netflix Marvel series, you know who Misty Knight is, you know how sick she is, so I don't need to sell that to you. And finally, she's my number 1. She's probably your number 1. No list talk about black excellence in superheroes is complete without her name in it. Storm! Now, I'm not gonna stand here and explain to you guys what Storm's powers are, because what kind of rock do you live under where you've never heard of Storm and you don't know her powers? Debuting in 75, Storm was one of the first black superheroes in general. Her real name is Ororo Monroe, and she's actually a Kenyan American. Not a lot of people know that. Her mom's Kenyan, her dad's American. She's one of the strongest mutants in all of Marvel. So strong, in fact, that on different occasions she's been chosen to be one of the 4 horsemen of Apocalypse. And if you're familiar with the lore, you know how much of a big deal that is. She's regarded as Marvel's most important female character, and she even gets comparisons to Wonder Woman. So much so that in the DC vs Marvel crossover, it was actually Storm versus Wonder Woman. Go read that comic book to find out who won. She later on became Queen of Wakanda after marrying the now very popular T'Challa, also known as Black Panther, until they got divorced and then she left Wakanda behind. There are so many places you can go to check out the awesomeness of Storm, but my favorite depiction of her is actually I see so between the very first X-Men animated one and the X-Men Evolution. Both of those I really like, but in Evolution she took more of a back seat role. What you really need to do is see Storm in the comics when she's on Grease. That's what you need to see. Anyway, that's that for this video. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know who your favorite black female superhero is, and let me know what you think of these top 5s. I have a lot of top 5 ideas that I want to launch, and if you guys like the top 5s, we'll keep them going. Otherwise, I'll come up with something else. Anyway, until the next video, I'm gonna see y'all laters.